on a larger scale.
So did you change anything in your demo for the Moroccan demographic?
I did. I gave it a lot of thought and a lot of sleepless nights, probably the most sleepless nights I've ever had, ever. And it's important to me. I'm fairly bold, I'm fairly outspoken, is what I'm told. And it was important that I also have great respect for all life. So the piece was, what do I need to do? You know, what clothes do I need to wear? How do I need to speak? What subjects do I not need to speak about? Because this wasn't about shocking anybody. This was about respect, mutual respect and understanding for the people as well as the animals. And although there may be situations that I don't quite understand, but to come in from this place, and one of them would be to not only change my wording, but pretty much eliminate telepathic communication, purely because of my ignorance, really. And my ignorance would be, is that okay? And Morocco is a country full of culture. You've got French speaking, you've got Arabic, you've got English, you've got everybody there. So it's so diverse. I was challenged by the fact that I wouldn't know all of these cultures. So I just pulled that out not to offend anybody. I ended up talking about energy in some of those demos anyway, but in a way of what's your intention and what energy are you bringing to the situation, so that they could see the direct reflection of when you have the breath control and you breathe deeply, that horse responds. When you come in energetically, that horse will move. And to bring the methods to Morocco is a big question for me. I've been trying to come to Northern Africa or Africa for decades. And one of the questions I had for myself was, how do you teach people to value the language of the horse when maybe they don't value their own lives or value their own way of being in life, or they've had rough upbringings, they've had challenges. So that was a challenge for me. But to bring the fundamentals in would be the language of the horse, to show them that they're sentient beings, to show that individual horses have personalities, they have different learning styles, they come from different platforms in the way that whatever's been integrated on them, however they've been brought up, whatever environment they've been in, they have the memory for life, so that's going to sit with them. So horses are unique. There's not one horse that works the same, and yet so many people seem to want to put them into a system or want to just treat them like they're less than, or even use them. So for me, it was about coming here and saying they're sentient beings, approach them with compassion, show them that there's a language, that violence truly isn't the answer, that force is not needed, but instead if we communicate in a rational way through compassion, that we can get fabulous end results where nobody gets hurt, and that maybe they'll see them in a different light. And if everything went really, really well, then that would mean that could cross over into their own lives, and they could maybe change the way they treat their other halves or their children or even themselves. So it began for me with the piece of, look at these animals. They can feel who you are. They can feel your energy. They can see your intention. They don't need to be whipped to get the results. If they're stopping, there's a reason why they stop. If they're asking a question, there's a reason they're asking. If they're not going forward or not performing the way that you want, there's a reason. But if we can appreciate and respect the culture and bring in a new idea, a new fundamental, a new aspect, that changes the horse's life. So not only are we looking at the personality and differentiating one from another, not only are we looking at the energy or the body language and intention, we're truly trying to infiltrate a new way with the horses that could be accepted, and little pieces go from the equestrian centre out into that world that could change the way they treat all animals.